During the worship, as we were worshiping, I was speaking that night, and I saw the heavens opened. And I saw the council in heaven, they gathered, and they said, and an elder from the council told me, the destiny of the US will be decided very soon. Whether it will be judged or what, it will be decided very soon. Then they looked at me and said, you don't have to, both of you need not come to this church anymore. Your work is finished. So Neville was standing beside me, so I just elbowed him. He said, do you know what I just heard? He looked at me and said, you heard that we should not come here anymore. Isn't it? I said, yes. And he heard the same word. He heard the same word. And from that year, we stopped going to that church. We stopped. And ever since then, see, that church didn't align itself to the plumb line of God. When you didn't align yourself to the plumb line of God, great disasters started happening. In that city, in that state, all the mess that is taking place today, it's taking place in St. Louis. The recent shooting of a black boy that caused an upheaval took place in that same state. The same state. The church was supposed to be a light in the city, a lighthouse with 24-hour prayer watch. That was the assignment given to them. It failed. So the Lord said, okay, you don't need to come there anymore. Shake the dust off your feet and depart. So for the last 10 years, we never went back to that church. Even though the pastor used to come humbly, pleading with us to please come, please come. If our boss doesn't give us permission, how can we go? We come, align yourselves to the plumb line. Now God uses his plumb line to judge the nations. Now that, what I just told you, took place about 10 years ago. Now 10 years later, that is 2014. And now God tells us, I just realized that, after 10 years, the Lord said, now the nation will be judged. It will be judged. 10 years ago, the destiny was still decided. They were deciding what should we do about the US. But 10 years later, judgment passed. It should be judged. Before the conference we had in August, I was preaching at I was just fasting and praying, and a radio ministry wanted to interview me. So the interview was going. Before the interview started, I prayed. I said, Lord, I don't know what questions they're going to ask me. If they put me in a spot, I'm going to be very difficult. So I don't know how to answer them. So an angel came before me. They said, I will give you the words, what you should answer them. So I felt very confident. Now I've got help. So they started asking normal general questions. Now, how you got saved, how this, how that, everything, all the house. Finally, he came to the question, what is God speaking to you about the US? That was the question. So I started telling him one by one. As I was speaking, this angel walked up to me with a note in his hand. And on the note was written, Russia will invade the US. It was written just like that, no? I took that note and I told over to that interviewer, oh, this is a note I just received. Russia will invade the US. And the interviewer went speechless for a few seconds. Who told you that? I said, an angel just told me that. An angel told you that? He went speechless, but he received it. A few days later, during the conference, Reverend Neville Johnson and I and another prophet of God in the US called Terry Bennett, we all, undiscussed, we all gave a similar word from the Lord concerning the judgment that has been determined over the United States. Determined. No amount of prayer is going to change that now. The night before the conference, I was praying, and an angelic being appeared before me at 6 o'clock in the morning and began to tell me what is going to happen in the US. Everything was bad, doom. So then I pleaded, isn't there anything that can be done to avert all this? Isn't there anything can be done? So he looked at me, that angelic being looked at me and he said, will they really do? That was the question he asked me. Will they really do? They are very, very selfish and self-centered people. That broke my heart, What kind of opinion heaven has about us? They're very self-centered people. They won't care about what will happen. They don't care. They will not even bother to do anything about it. So it's determined. If it is determined, it will come. But the prayers of the righteous will save you. Just you. It will come. Just like the flood that came during Noah's time. It came. But Noah was protected. He was safe. Judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah came, even though Abraham interceded. It came. You cannot change it. Some can, but some cannot. In this case, no. The nation must be humbled. When the Twin Towers came down, it should have humbled them. An opportunity was given. They humbled for a season, but then they went back again. The two horns came back again. So now comes another thing. An